Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and today we are going to start with some of the previous year questions in GS paper 4. आज हम कुछ previous year questions solve करेंगे GS paper 4 में related to ethics, integrity and aptitude. The class PDFs will be provided to you very soon on our Telegram channel Simplifying UPSC with Ease. हमारे Telegram channel पे आपको क्लास का PDF भी बहुत जल्दी मिल जाएगा और क्लास के सभी रिसोर्सेज पीडीएफ्स हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल पे टाइमली अपलोड हो जाते हैं. टाइमली on our telegram channel the class pdfs everything are uploaded, right? So you just need to go to our telegram channel Simplifying UPSC with Ease. The link is given below in the comments in the description box also, and it is pinned up in the comment section also. अगर आप लिंक से नहीं ओपन अप कर पा रहे हैं तो आप नाम टाइप कर सकते हो Simplifying UPSC with Ease. Okay, so let's start the class without any delay. क्लास शुरू करते हैं without any delay. So question number 1 we are taking up from 2018's paper. हम 2018 के question paper से ये question ले रहे हैं. State the three basic values universal in nature in the context of civil services and bring out their importance. According to you, the examiner wants to ask, he wants to know, according to you, what are the three basic values which are universal in nature when it comes to civil services? आपके हिसाब से civil services में तीन basic ऐसी कौन सी values हैं जो होनी चाहिए? And then you have to also explain their importance or significance. आपको उसका significance, उसकी importance भी explain करनी है. So when we talk about civil services, जब हम civil service की बात करते हैं, we all know that the first basic value should be honesty. पहला basic value आती है आपकी honesty and integrity. Second value is political neutrality. That means you should not be in a favor of particular political party. Right? आपको recruit किया गया है तो आप citizen के भले के बारे में सोचोगे. You are going to keep citizens as the priority in your life as a civil servant. So you will be politically neutral, impartial. Only then you can implement the policy, schemes, acts, efficiently. Then third is commitment to public service. The position on which you have been hired, you have been recruited. If you are not committed to it, then it's a wastage of efforts, it's a wastage of studies as well, right? अगर जिस पोजीशन के लिए आप पढ़ रहे हो उस पोजीशन पे ही अगर आप उसके लिए कमिटेड नहीं हो तो इसका मतलब आपका जो एफर्ट है वो वेस्ट हुआ पढ़ाई करने का, राइट? आपको सबसे पहले अपने जॉब के प्रति कमिटमेंट दिखानी है. यू हैव टू बी कमिटेड टुवर्ड्स योर जॉब. दीज आर दी थ्री एसेंशियल वैल्यूज विच आर रिक्वायर्ड इन सिविल सर्विसेज. So first is integrity. Integrity is putting the obligation of public service above your own personal interest. सबसे पहले आप एक सिविल सर्वेंट हो, उसके बाद आप एक हस्बैंड हो या आप डॉटर हो या फिर आप वाइफ हो या आप सन हो, राइट? क्लियर? सो फर्स्ट above your own personal interest you have to keep public service. आपको public service सबसे पहले रखना है. Civil servants should be guided solely by public interest in their official decision making. पर्सनल आपको इंटरेस्ट नहीं रखना जब भी आप डिसीजन लो सोसाइटी के लिए या सिटीजन्स के लिए. एंड नॉट बाय एनी फाइनेंशियल और अदर कंसिडरेशन ईदर इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ देमसेल्व्स और देयर फैमिलीज और फ्रेंड्स. सेकेंडली, political neutrality. That means civil servants who are carrying out their official work, right, they should not be partial towards any political party. किसी political party की तरफ डिसीजन मेकिंग के दौरान आपको पार्शियलिटी नहीं दिखानी है, right? Clear? Next, commitment to public service. Civil servants should deliver services in a very fair, effective, impartial, courteous manner to serve the larger public interest. That means public welfare is crucial. Public welfare is first, then their own welfare. अपने खुद के welfare से पहले public का welfare उनके नजरों में रहना चाहिए. So if you are a civil servant, you are making a decision. That decision can only be effective if you are thinking about public welfare first. अगर आप पहले पब्लिक वेलफेयर को रखते हो, पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट को रखते हो, तभी वो डिसीजन फ्रूटफुल रहेगा. क्लियर? क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन कोड ऑफ एथिक्स एंड कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट विद सूटेबल एग्जांपल. अगेन इट वाज आस्क्ड इन 2018. ये क्वेश्चन 2018 में पूछा गया है. कोड ऑफ एथिक्स एंड कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट, इफ यू नो दी सेपरेट मीनिंग्स ऑफ बोथ, यू कैन डिस्टिंग्विश वेरी इजीली. When we talk about code of conduct, It is a legally enforceable code of conduct. So it's legally enforceable. Code of conduct legally enforceable होता है. It sets out standards of behavior expected of those working in the public service. पब्लिक सर्विस में जो लोग काम कर रहे हैं उनसे क्या एक्सपेक्ट किया जाता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ बिहेवियर. द स्टैंडर्ड विच इज एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम द डेम इन टर्म्स ऑफ बिहेवियर, दैट इज कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट. Civil Service Code outlines civil service core values, which is expected from all the civil servants in upholding these values. Code of behavior as enunciated in the conduct rules also, while containing some general norms like maintaining integrity, absolute devotion to duty, right? Not indulging in conduct unbecoming of a government servant. All these are part of code of conduct. मतलब आप अपने ड्यूटी के प्रति समर्पित हो, आप ऑनेस्ट हो, करप्शन फ्री हो, राइट? क्लियर? ऐसा कोई काम नहीं करते जिससे कि आपका पद आपसे छीना जा सके या आप उस पद के लायक ना हो, राइट? वो आपके कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट्स हैं. बट दीज रूल्स डू नॉट कॉन्स्टिट्यूट कोड ऑफ एथिक्स. सो व्हाट आर कोड ऑफ एथिक्स? कोड ऑफ एथिक्स मीन्स योर मॉरल वैल्यूज. आपकी खुद की जो परवरिश है, मॉरल वैल्यूज है, वो आपके कोड ऑफ एथिक्स में आती है, राइट? क्लियर एवरीवन? There is no code of ethics which is prescribed for civil servants. That these code of ethics are prescribed to a human being. देखो, code of ethics ऐसी चीज है जो naturally मानी जाती है कि आप एक अच्छे वैल्यूज, अच्छे प्रिंसिपल्ड फैमिली से आते हो, राइट? इट इज assumption that you are coming from a very principled, very morally ethical family, राइट? आपका फैमिली बैकग्राउंड बहुत मॉरल है, ऑनेस्ट है, एथिकल है, राइट? वैल्यूएबल है. So that is an assumption that is assumed, right? So it is not mentioned in the civil service code. Code of ethics is assumed that you are naturally, you are ethical. आप naturally, आपके पेरेंट्स ने आपको एक बहुत अच्छी परवरिश दी है, एथिकल वैल्यूज आपके अंदर डाले हैं, आप इम्पार्शियल हो, आपके अंदर हाईएस्ट एथिकल स्टैंडर्ड्स है, आप अपने एक्शंस के लिए अकाउंटेबल रहते हो, हमेशा अपने टीम के एक्शंस के लिए अकाउंटेबल रहते हो. दीज आर द क्वालिटीज विच शुड बी इन अ यू कैन से आइडियल सिविल सर्वेंट. अगर आप एक सिविल सर्वेंट बनना चाहते हो, आपको ये क्वालिटीज अपने अंदर इंकलकेट करनी पड़ेगी, अगर नहीं है तो, right? Next question. Now in this question only examples, they were asking about examples also. Code of conduct include guidelines on acceptance of gifts by government servants and specific behavior regulating the codes. Code of ethics means behavior, exemplary behavior, devotion to duty, commitment to public service, accountability, impartiality, right? ये code of ethics के examples हैं, and these are the examples of code of conduct. Clear? Now question number 3. What is meant by public interest? Again, it was asked in 2018. What are the principles and procedures to be followed by civil servants in public interest? Public interest क्या होता है? We have heard about the terms public interest in the above questions. So what are public interest? Public interest means matters concerning the welfare of people. वो काम, वो matters, वो cases जिसमें लोगों के welfare के बारे में कह सकते हो आप, क्वेश्चन आ जाता है, या लोगों का वेलफेयर जिससे जुड़ा हुआ है, उसको हम बोलते हैं पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट. ठीक है? सिविल सर्विस और पब्लिक सर्विस इज फॉर द वेलफेयर ऑफ पीपल ओनली. तो आपको अगर इस पोजीशन पे बिठाया जा रहा है, रिक्रूट किया जा रहा है, मतलब आप लोगों के भले के लिए काम करने वाले हो. एज सच पॉलिसीज इन देयर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन शुड बी गाइडेड बाय पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट और पब्लिक वेलफेयर, because the main aim of government or governance is also ensuring public interest, right? Now, what are the principles and procedures which should be followed by civil servants in public interest? First, corruption. Corruption should be avoided. Corruption should be removed, eradicated. Any financial or other consideration, either in respect of themselves, families, or friends, is to be avoided. Right? Violation of code of conduct or wrongdoings results in penalties, according to the CRPC. If a policy that is being formulated is perceived by civil servant to be against public interest, then his or her responsibility is to convince political executive about the negative implication of such policy. For example, government has passed certain act or policy. If according to you, according to civil servant, this policy is going to act as detriment to the interest of public, then it is your responsibility to raise the issue in front of political executive, to warn them against the adverse implications of such policy. If the political executive does not agree with such an advice, there is little that the civil servant can do about it, but he can make the citizens aware of it. वो citizens के बीच में alertness जारी कर सकता है अगर public executive उनकी बात नहीं सुनता. Right? Clear? Now next question, question number 4, what is meant by conflict of interest, which is often seen in the newspaper also. ये term आपको newspaper में काफी देखने को मिलता है, conflict of interest. Illustrate with examples the difference between actual and potential conflict of interest. So conflict of interest, it's a situation that has potential to undermine the impartiality of a person because of the possibility of clash between person's self-interest and professional interest or public interest. Basically, what we expect from a civil servant, that he should be impartial, right? He should not be partial. Conflict of interest वो situation है जिसके वजह से हो सकता है कि किसी decision में civil servant अपने interest और public interest के बीच में difference ना कर सके. Civil servant is expected to be free of such a conflict to discharge his or her duties responsibly. And conflict of interest impairs one's judgment. अगर इस तरीके की situation आ जाती है ना, this situation arises when the interest of civil servant and the interest of public they start to get clashed with each other, right? They started clashing with each other. In that case, conflict of interest emerges. जब अपने personal desires और public का interest बीच में इनके मतभेद होने लगे, वहां conflict of interest आ जाता है. Conflict of interest involves direct conflict between one's official duties and responsibilities and competing interest or obligation. And potential conflict, it arises when an interest or obligation, whether personal or involving a third party, could conflict with official duties and responsibilities in the future. Right? So these are the important questions for today. This was part 1 class. Other questions we will discuss in part 2. I hope you enjoyed this class. Now the questions which I have discussed in this class, you have to note them down. ये जो 3 basic values है, right? Then code of ethics, code of conduct, these are the important topics, public interest, right? On which questions are being again and again asked by the examiner in UPSC. Conflict of interest, actual interest conflict और potential conflict. ये जो terms है ना, ये 50 words, 100 words, 150 words में define करने के लिए भी आ जाते हैं. So make sure that in the class you are noting them down. Okay?